Howdy, everybody. Wishing y'all a happy Thursday night and this last Thursday of February. Hope everyone's staying safe and doing well. Just gonna go over some highlights of the Floribama Shore Season 4, Episode 1 debut. Hopefully, this will become a regular thing throughout the season of Floribama Shore. If gets enough popularity, we're gonna go completely unedited, one take only. So if there's mess ups, it's purely raw. But we're about mess ups because mess ups make you better, right? So without further ado, here's some highlights from the first episode of the season 4 of Floribama Shore. Um, so first off, kind of going back, they were looking at their lives before they met up in Montana. I was going to say Montana, Bama, because that's what they're pretty much calling it now. But nonetheless, Nilsa, as we found out, is with Gus 2.0. Not the regular old Gus that we know and don't really love that much, but a different Gus. And she also got pregnant, and we found that out. She's about 2 months into her pregnancy on the show. Um, she was a little surprised by this. I think it's a little fast, being with a guy for a little less than a year, and they're already moving on up in that sense and having a family. But wish him well. And then it was funny to see Gus's reaction too. Honestly, he was Gus 1, not Gus 2's reaction, because he obviously had a lot of flings with Nilsa when they were previous seasons. And honestly, he had his chances to take her, but he chose not to. So that's his loss, and good for Nilsa moving on and doing her thing. Number 2, Candace started an organic skincare company during COVID, with working with her parents as the main co-workers there. Working with your parents in anything's tough, but especially during COVID, where it's a confined space. Sounded like she was doing pretty well with her business, but I don't know how much her parents were or were not helping out, but it's cool that she was able to be a part with her family and really hopefully make that business a successful one. Then going on to Jeremiah, I think everybody knows someone who's like Jeremiah. Bodybuilding championship winner. He started that during 2020. Lifting weights probably every day, because if you don't lift, do you really lift? And then that's pretty much all I got on him. And then Kirk didn't know he had a girlfriend. It's pretty interesting that she's kind of shy, which I guess I get. Don't really want to be on the camera if that's his thing, and she respects that. And then good for them, and glad it's making it work. And then Amy with her feet pits on OnlyFans. I'm not going to say much on this, just like, come on, people, and like, what is she thinking? I don't know about that. I don't really know that stuff, but just not a fan of that. So when they actually do get to Montana, or as they say, Montana, Bama, people are already having animosity towards Jeremiah from last year, and like him barely reaching out and stuff like that. And like it seems like he's kind of drifted apart from the group, partly on him, partly on the group for multiple factors. We'll dive into that, and as the season goes on. And then Gus, like I said, was really shocked about Nilsa being pregnant, and honestly, everybody, everyone. It'll be interesting to see how everyone reacts with Gus kind of being a loose cannon, and Jeremiah, probably not going to put up with it for much longer as the season goes on, and to see kind of how they boil things over, or when things boil over, how that will pan out. But again, we'll see that later in the season, I'm sure. So last but not least, a couple of other things here. Leave y'all with a kind of a positive thought. It'll be mostly funny stuff for the season, but the first episode didn't really have too many funny or dramatic moments. So Nilsa did lose her dad, and she was pretty outgoing about that, and it was good that all of her friends, all the roommates supported her through that, because it's always tough to lose a family member. And so our thoughts and prayers are with her and her family, and as well as everybody that's a part of the house there. and last but not least, life can be too short, or can be short, and could be gone in an instant. So really don't take things for granted. But with that, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet tonight, guys. Subscribe if you're interested in Floribama Shore, and seeing some updates throughout the year. Stay safe and good night.